Hi guys, welcome back here to a brand new video, Farming Simulator 25 on the Fishing Highlands expansion map for Farm Sim 25. We are going to show off the fishing part of it, because that is what everybody wants to see. We're going to start up here at the production point, which is up here. Fish food factory, which means we can make fish food for growing salmon and trout. So when we come up here, press the R key, we can make fish food canola oil, fish food with olive oil, fish food with rice oil, and fish food with sunflower oil. And we also need here flour and soya beans for this. These are all the incoming materials that you need to make fish food, which comes in buckets on pallets. We're gonna need fish food for young fish breeding. They need this here, the fish food, because we're gonna be breeding young salmon and young trout. We will get to that later on. So we are down here at the harbor. This is the fish market where we can sell the fish. Here, Kinlake Fish Market. If we come up here with a tractor and trailer, and with our product on the back of the trailer, come in here, we can sell it. We can sell our fish products. So let's first of all see where we can sell fish at the fish market and see how much they will give us for fish. Salmon. And do we have trout as well? Yeah, way down here. So we can sell here salmon and trout at the fish market, and we can also sell young trout and young salmon, as well as trout and salmon. So let's see where we can sell the salmon. The salmon, we can sell it at the big farmer's kiosk for 9,767. At the fish market, where we are at right now, we can sell it for 9,901 per litre. Goldcrest Valley will give us the 9,700. Seaside Restaurant will give us more. They will give us 10,154, and the warehouse, we can sell the salmon here for 9,950. And our all-time high looks like it in July here. In July it's going to be our all-time high. We're going to get 11,523 at these places. So let's have a look at the trout. We can sell that at the big farmer's kiosk for 6,100. The fish market will give us 6,000 per litre. Goldcrest Valley also 6,000. Seaside Restaurant will give us 6,191, and the warehouse will give us 6,125. And in July, we can sell it for a little bit higher. We can sell trout here for 7,146 per litre. Let's check out young salmon. Young salmon, we can only sell that at the fish market for 3,171. And in July we can sell it for 4,860, which is our all-time high in July for selling young salmon. Young trout, also you can sell that at the fish market only for 1,867, and our all-time high here is in July, where we can sell young trout at the fish market for 3,008 euro per litre. So we are gonna, like I said, this is the fish market where you can sell trout, salmon, young trout and young salmon. So let's head over to the Where is it? Over to the fish food, where we're gonna make fish food. So you need canola oil, 10,000 liters, 80,000 liters of flour, comes on pallets. You need olive oil, 10,000 liters, rice oil, 10,000 liters, soya beans, 80,000 liters, and sunflower oil, 10,000 liters. And we're going to get here 50,000 liters of fish food, which we can then use here to feed our young fish right here. So let's see what that looks like. Let's head over. We're going to put in, here's the trigger to put in all the incoming materials. In this trailer here we have soya beans. Over on this trailer we have the flour, the sunflower oil, the rice oil, the canola oil, and the olive oil. So all these products, including this one, will go into that here trigger. So let's start off with soya beans. And over there is gonna be our spawn location for the fish food. So let's pour in our soya beans first. Come up here. Here we have soya beans in here, 31,900 liters. Let's put that trailer away for now. And now we're going to put in the rest of the incoming materials, which are over here in this here trailer. So everything here is on pallets. As you guys can see, the flour is on pallets, the sunflower oil, canola oil, rice oil, and olive oil. They're all on pallets. So let's come over to this here trigger. We're gonna put in everything. And there it is. Let's come over here. We're gonna go back into the fish food factory, and here it is. 10,000 liters of canola oil, 25,000 liters of flour, olive oil, 10,000 liters, rice oil, 10,000, soya beans, 31,000, and sunflower oil. We're going to activate all of them. Let's activate the fish food olive oil, activate the fish food rice oil, and activate the fish food sunflower oil. And we're going to fast forward time as well. So let's fast forward time. Times 120, and we have set here everything to store. And here you can see we are producing fish food. 212 liters so far. We can crank up the time to times 240 as well. It'll go a lot faster. So we can stand here, we can watch this. Let's see when the first bucket of fish food is going to spawn here. I think they have something around 1,000 liters in them. The buckets do. You can hear the birds in the background. We're close to the harbor. No, the fish food buckets, I think they have at least 2,000 liters in them each. So the flour, the soybeans, all the oils are getting less, while the fish food is getting more. So only the fish food is gonna spawn here on the trigger from the food factory, the fish food factory I should say. There it is, our first pallet here of fish food. Now it doesn't say if it's canola fish food, sunflower fish food, olive oil fish food, or rice oil fish food. It doesn't say, it just says natural fish food on here. That's all it says. How much does that pallet have? That pallet has 2,000 liters of fish food on it, so it's how many buckets are on there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 12 buckets here on a pallet, and 2,000 liters of fish food on one pallet here. Let's go times 360. We need to go even quicker. There's another one. So on here only the fish food will spawn, nothing else. So we're making fish food because it's the fish food factory. So this is gonna be part 1. So everything is running. Canola oil, olive oil, rice oil, sunflower oil is running, and the only two mixtures in there is flour and soybeans to make the fish food with all the oils. Here's another pallet of fish food. Alright, so that is the fish food factory, where you can make fish food, so you can feed the fish food to the young fish right here where we are going to go next. So let's visit it. Here we have a trailer load of fish food. Let's put on the time real quick. A load of fish food already. I prepared something for this review. Here we have, I think it's 32,000 liters of fish food. So this is where you can breed young fish. If we come in here, press the R key, you can give them fish food and you can breed young salmon and young trout. On the map, it's way down here by field 72, and where 19 and 72 is. What's that? That is a sell point, okay. And it's this one here, young fish breeding. So you can breed young fish in here. So let's give them, let's have a look what it looks from the inside. Okay, there's water in those basins already. We got 4 basins here, water basins. The fish food goes in here, and the young fish are gonna spawn here. So let's add in the fish food. Alright, fish food has been added. Here, fish food has been added. We're gonna activate the young salmon. We're gonna activate young salmon 2. I don't know what those probably mean 2 months old. Let's activate that. We're gonna activate young trout and young trout 2. So I think those two will spawn in one basin and those two will spawn in the other 2 basins. Let's have a look inside, see what that looks like. And we have fish here. Look at that. How cool is that? We have fish in here. I think these are trout. Can we put it? Yeah. No, we can't shine the torch into the water. No, that won't work. But you guys can see the fish in here. I think those are trout here. And over there we have salmon, but it doesn't. I think all those fish are the same. They kind of look the same, so. But I think trout or salmon here, and likewise over here, trout or salmon. So probably trout back here, or salmon here, or trout here and salmon there. All fish they look the same here. So here we have fish food buckets. They might be as decoration, I should say. We are breeding young fish, so something should spawn here. Let's speed up time and see what we get. We're going to get young salmon and young trout here. So speed up time and see what that looks like. I don't know how many liters of young fish we're going to be getting out of that. Let's speed up time 120. We can do it to 40. Probably 2000 liters of trout and 2000 liters of salmon. Yeah, 2000 liters of both. So what is this? This is trout, I'd imagine. Yeah, 2000 liters of trout here. And 2000 pieces of young salmon. So young salmon here and young trout there. You can see the pictures on these boxes here. Let's see how many will spawn here. Probably. Let's leave the time rolling. Let's see what's what. That is trout and that is salmon. So that one here is salmon and that is trout right there. Am I right? No, the dark green is salmon. So that is salmon, young salmon, and that is young trout. Yeah. So the dark green fish here are salmon, and the lighter green fish with the orange tail here is trout. Now I got it right. Alright. Nice. We're gonna put the time down. Let's get rid of that torch, and we're gonna put these boxes here on our trailer. We're gonna Put that last one here. Like that. We're going to put these boxes on the trailer here. Because we need them. We need those. Turn the tractor off. We're going to load these onto the trailer here. That is young trout. Put the trout to one side and the salmon like that. So the darker boxes here are the trout here. Well, these ones here, the darker green fish, that is the salmon, young salmon. So again, the darker green is dark green fish are the salmon here, and those ones that is trout. So those are all young fish. Says they're young salmon and young trout. Prices: young trout and young salmon can be sold at the fish market. Only young salmon and young trout at the fish market only. And the trout and the salmon, where was that? Trout and salmon, where was all of that? Here's trout. Where was the salmon? Is that further up? Where was the salmon now? Elimina P. Here it is. The salmon can also be sold at the fish market and farmers' kiosk, Goldcrest Valley, seaside restaurant, and warehouses. So let's go with the how much fish food do we have left in here? 19,000 fish food. So we are gonna drive down to the fish market. Let's see where the fish market is. Fish market is right about here. The fish market. So let's tag it. We're gonna sell these fish at the fish market. Since the fish market will only take young fish. Open up the map here. I need to put the attention belts on here. We are way down here, so we can take the road. We're gonna drive over to the fish market and sell these fish. Since the fish market will only take young fish. And we are doing the Highlands fish expansion DLC review, so we're not gonna sell these anywhere else. There's more to this coming in, more parts. I will do more parts of this because there's a lot more to show. So we're gonna head over to the fish market. If you guys have noticed, we are driving on the wrong side of the road because I think in Scotland they drive on this side of the road, and in other countries they drive on this side of the road. So I'm kind of used to driving on this side of the road and not on this side here. So the fish market is down by the harbour, right here. The harbour, you can see the harbour. The harbour from here, that is the harbour. I think I reviewed the harbour when I reviewed the map itself. The harbour down there with the fish market. So let's sell these fish at the fish market and see how much money we're going to get right now. So now we're going to open up the prices here. So we're selling young salmon and young trout. For the young salmon per litre, we're going to get 2,929, and for the young trout we're going to get 1,706 per litre. So we have 3 times young salmon and 4 times young trout. We have to come up here. I think it's in here, right? If you want to go to the fish market, it's this way. How much fish food do we have there? Oh, never mind. So we are gonna sell the young trout and the young fish over at the fish market, which is here. Let's put the tension bells off and see how much money we're going to get for young trout and young salmon. We got 24,600 for that, so nice, 24,600, which is nice money. You can do something else with the young trout and the young salmon, but we're gonna have a look at that in the next video, part 2. So I'm gonna head back down to the young fish breeding area, and I'm gonna pick up more boxes of young trout and young salmon, and we're gonna have a look at the next part where we can breed from the young trout and young salmon, we can breed the bigger fish. We can breed the trout and the salmon. So we're gonna have a look at that in part 2. So we can see here, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, watch the videos, like the videos, do all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys back in part 2, and there's lots more to come on the fish side of it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next part. Bye bye.